who kills the Shawnee Bear. He is ahead of us.
Boone, you big rascal. I'll be it, Donald.
Doc, you big son of a gun. A man that walks like a bear.
Donald, you're still the champion. You're still the King Grizzly of them all.
And you're going to wear me out proving it every time we meet.
Where you headed for, Donald?
Salem. What about you?
Boonesboro. You know, I got me there the biggest grizzly skin you ever seen. Gonna pay off Grover Hanks what I owe him with it, and then back to the woods like a shot. Oh, I can't stand these walled-up towns. Man's gotta have room to breathe.
Well, that's a fine-looking hide. Green River country?
Yeah. You know them grizzlies back there still scared of Big Zack?
I know that's Shawnee country. As I recall, you killed a Shawnee last spring while you was guiding that Stubbs party into Boonesboro. And maybe it wasn't such a good idea to go back into that country.
Well, you know me, Donald. I'm a hunter of bears. And when I hunt them there grizzlies, I act like one of them myself. Why, them bears wasn't even a mite suspicious of me. They just look at me and they say, now ain't he a real handsome old bear? You know, if I can fool them grizzlies, I ain't scared of no Shawnees. Why, them Indians didn't even always around me.
Daniel Boone, what a doer, what a dream come true, was Daniel Boone. From a coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippenest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man. Is a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. What a boom, what a doer, what a dream come true was he.
Where do you think you're going, young man?
I'm just going for a walk.
Well, then you won't be needing that fishing pole, will you?
Well, you see,
You can put it right back against the wall where you got it.
I don't see why you won't let me go fishing.
What was the very last thing your father said to you before he left?
Not to go near the river unless someone else is with you.
Well?
Well, I wasn't going to go close to it. Just close enough to drop the hook in the water.
Well, I don't think that's exactly what your father meant, do you?
I never asked him.
Well, you'll just have to take my word for it, won't you?
Yes, ma'am. Mother, you wouldn't like to go fishing with me, would you?
Not today, honey. Well, Mrs. Seitz is ill, and I promised to drop in on her. Maybe tomorrow. Will that be all right?
I suppose so. But what will I do until then?
Now, it seems to me that you've spent years finding some way to entertain yourself.
That's when I was little. Now that I'm growing up, it's harder to find things to do.
That always has been one of the problems of old age.
Maybe I could go hunting. Pa didn't say nothing about that, did he? Can I, Ma?
I suppose so. If you don't go too far and if you're home by supper time.
Gee, thanks, Ma! Drop them guns. You thought you could catch his real Boone, huh? I reckon you've heard of me. I'm famous in these here woods. I'm the second best Injun fire. I'm a dead shot. I'm a...
Hey, stop, Israel! It's me, Big Zach! Hey, Israel!
Zach!
What'd you catch this time, Israel? Choctaws, Shawnees, Creeks, or just plain little old mosquitoes?
Where did you come from, Zach? Where you going?
Whoa, boy, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I haven't seen you for months.
Well, you're coming at me like a bolt of lightning. Now, about your pa.
He's gone to Salem.
Yeah, I know that. I met him in the woods. He done give me a message for you.
Oh?
Don't get in no trouble. Don't go hunting no make-believe Injuns. Well, the cub sure has growed. Left in a itty-bitty thing, and now look at him, near onto a man. Oh, feel that muscle. You're going to be a great wrestler, just like your pa. You know, 10 days after your christening, I saw you squirming there in your ma's arms, and I said that there cub's going to have the strongest headlock in the whole frontier.
Gonna take me hunting this time, Zach? For grizzlies like you promised?
Well, yeah, but you know the bear I'm thinking of, well, he ain't quite grown up to size yet. You know, them little things, they got to take a little time to grow. Come on, boy, climb up there. Come on, up you go. That's it. That there's a bearskin up there, grizzly bearskin. Gonna take it over to Grover Hank, and then I'm gonna go pay my respects to your ma. How's it feel, boy, to be riding the biggest grizzly of them all?
Great.
All right, boy, let's go.
$5? That's high, mister. That's real high.
Well, that's my price, Mr. Stubbs.
I know, but $5 for a barrel of flour. That's squeezing a man. That's gouging him.
Now, look here, Mr. Stubbs. I don't gouge nobody. Barrels of flour cost me money, too, you know.
Yeah, but my money don't grow on trees. How am I going to live through the winter? Everything's so darn expensive here. I was a blasted fool for coming out in the first place. I think I'll pack up and get out.
Oh, calm down, calm down. You need credit, I'll give you credit.
That don't make no difference. I still feel like I'm being robbed blind.
Now, you see here, Mr. Stubbs. I charge fair. I don't steal nobody's money.
No? Well, it sure looks like you got your eyes on mine.
Grover Hanks, you old horse.
Zach, the wild man from out of the woods. Big Zach.
Well, now, if it ain't Mr. Stubbs.
Now, you look here. If you come down here to Boonesboro looking for the money I owe you, I ain't got it. You'll have to wait. I'm paying too much for supplies right now, so don't you press me, too.
Still fussing like a little bandy rooster. Simmer down, old cock-a-doodle-doo. I ain't come for no money.
Now, just a minute. What are you trying to do, bust my watch? I guess it's all right. But there's one thing sure. I ain't got no time for fools.
I never did see a man argue so much. Boils up like a tin kettle. Same thing happened last spring when I was guiding him down here, and that Shawnee showed up. Well, Stubbs made him so mad that Injun went after him, and I had to kill him. One of these days, Mr. Stubbs is going to rile himself right into his own grave. Come here, I want to show you something. Robert, you see that there bearskin? Grizzly. The biggest, the primest, the best you ever see. Now, I figure that, well, it ought to pay off what I owe you, see, and give me a fresh start. What I need is powder, shot, flour...
Jehoshaphat, that letter.
Huh?
A letter came for you maybe 2 months ago. By express wagon. And it's just been laying around here. Oh, here it is. It's just been laying around here collecting dust. It's from Lancaster. I've been holding for you to show up. Well, ain't you going to open it?
I gotta go pay my respects to Mrs. Boone. Grover, you figure me out. I'll be back later. Come on, Ezra, let's get going, boy.
I thought we was gonna see our mom.
Oh, pretty soon, Israel, pretty soon. Gotta take care of this thing first. Come on, boy, sit down. You know, Israel, when it comes to hunting, grizzly bears, wilderness, I understand all them things real good. But I don't understand anything so mysterious as reading and writing. Well, of course, I got my pride, too. I didn't want them boys back at Grover's to know I can't read a line. I gotta get me a friend to read me these here words. You and me have been friends for a real long time, ain't we, Israel?
Sure we have.
Well, then, you tell me what this is.
It's from your sister in Lancaster.
Go ahead, read it.
Dear Brother Zachariah, you never met my husband, but he was a good man. And 2 weeks ago he died. And all he left me and the children was a few dollars that won't last. Zach, I need money bad. Don't know how we're going to live and keep a roof over our heads. Please, Zach, please, if you got cash, send us what you can spare. And for heaven's sakes, send it right away. Your loving sister, Sarah. I never knew you had kin, Zach.
The only kin I got in the whole wide world. Why, she raised me at the time I was no more than your size. Now, that grizzly bearskin, it won't do much more than pay off Grover Hancock at all. Oh, cock-a-doodle-doo. Israel, which way is Stubbs' cabin?
Last one outside the fort, about a mile from here.
Boy, you go get me some writing paper, cut me a quill, and meet me back here by the river in an hour. You hear? You're going to write me an answer. But first, I'm going to go see Mr. Stubbs.
Israel, what on earth are you doing now?
Just getting some things I need.
Well, I thought you were out in the woods hunting.
I was, but I got something more important to do.
Well, if I'm not being too curious, would you mind telling me what you intend doing with the pen and paper?
I'm going to write a real important letter.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you'd like to tell me about it, maybe I could help you with it.
I'd like to, Mom, but I can't.
Why?
Because I gave my word. Pa always says a man shouldn't go back on his word.
Your father's absolutely right. Guess I shouldn't be so curious.
It's not that I mind, Mom. It's just that I got this friend.
Oh?
And he's just got to get this letter wrote. Except he doesn't know how to write.
I see.
Only he's got his pride. And he don't want no one to know he didn't go to school. So he asked me to write it for him, if I didn't tell who he was.
I think I understand, son.
That's all right, ain't it?
Of course it is.
And you ain't mad at me?
On the contrary, I'm proud of you. Very proud. But you better hurry along now. You don't want to keep your friend waiting. Israel? Be careful, Israel, and don't spill that ink. And hurry home. I'll have supper ready for you.
killer of bears. I have seen him. He goes that way, toward a cabin.
Soon there will be vengeance for the death of my brother.
I guided you all the way down from Virginia. I saved your life. I even killed a wild Shawnee for you. $50. I need it real bad, and Stubbs, you owe me $50.
But we had an agreement that I'd pay you in the spring. What little money I've got now, I want to keep till then. I knew as soon as you walked in that store, you were going to ask me for money.
I need cash.
That doesn't make any difference. I need it, too.
And I can't wait till next spring.
Look, you've been living in those woods so long you don't know what you're doing anyway. You're beginning to think like a savage.
You going to give me my money?
An agreement's an agreement.
But that money's mine.
I never said it wasn't, but I've got to live through the winter.
You don't give me that money, I take that money.
What are you going to do now?
I'm only looking for my money.
But that's stealing, man. That's stealing.
Oh, always arguing. Only tell me what's mine.
You have to ransack my house this way. You have to know. You have no
Will
right
you
to
please get out of my way? $50, old cock-a-doodle-doo. That's all I'm taking. Just what's mine.
Pennsylvania. Mrs. Sarah Haspel.
That's right, Haspel.
Court Lane, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
We done it, boy. We sure did. First going to take this letter over to Grover, and this here gold for sending. Yeah, sure is a wonder. Talking to your kinfolk with just his crowfoot scratchings on a piece of paper. When I want to talk to a grizzly bear, I just growl. You know something, Israel? Some of these days there ain't going to be no more bears. No more wilderness. Just towns and villages everywhere. And this here's going to be the only way people can talk to far-off folk. A crowfoot scratchings on a piece of paper. Something's going to be lost that way. That's kind of sad. Well, come on, boy. First over to Glover's and then to your ma's. So I can sure dig into some of that home-cooked victuals. Killing. There's been a killing. What? Stubbs. Henry Stubbs. He's dead.
He's lying there in front of his cabin. Blood all around. I never seen such a killing, like done by somebody wild and savage.
Stubbs. You said Stubbs? Man, you're lying.
Well, I ain't lying. I seen him. He's dead. Let me go. I gotta tell him in Boonesboro.
You went to see Mr. Stubbs.
Israel.
And I wrote your letter for you.
Listen, boy.
You killed him. You killed Mr. Stubbs. You killed Mr. Stubbs!
Israel! Israel! I didn't kill Mr. Stubbs.
You went there. You said you did.
Well, sure, I went there, but only to get what was mine, that's all.
Let me go.
Israel. Sure, I hit him. But it was no killing, Bo. It was a shove. Yeah, more like a shove.
I gotta get home. I gotta tell.
But, Israel, I wouldn't lie to you.
You took his money, and you said you hit him.
Listen, will you stop fighting me, boy? I don't want to hurt you. Listen.
I gotta tell the settlers. I gotta.
But, Israel, we're friends.
My pa taught me when something's wrong to tell him or to tell my ma. And besides, we ain't friends no more. You killed Mr. Stubbs.
Israel! 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 Stubborn. We can't get back to Boonesboro. The Shawnees are all around us. Come on, we gotta run, boy.
What happened? Who has done this?
The killer of the Shawnee bear and the young cub. They cannot be far.
With a young one, they cannot go far nor fast. Come quickly.
They keep cutting us off. We can't double back. Hurry up, boy. You want I should carry you?
No, I can run.
Just catching my breath, boy. Leon's had us a close shave.
You escaped then?
We gotta keep on. Except you don't want to, huh? That is, not with me.
I want to go home.
I forgot. You got your real man-sized sense of duty. You told me that. Your pa, he taught you. Something goes wrong, turn back, report it. For a little shaver, you sure carry lots of burdens.
I'm glad you saved me from those Indians. I appreciate that.
But you still figure I killed Mr. Stubbs, eh? And you think maybe I'm holding on you to protect myself, right? All right, Israel. You want to go home? Go on.
Which way?
Boonesboro's back that way.
But them Shawnees.
They're still back of us. Still cutting us off from the fort. How much you know about Shawnees, Israel? Yeah, of course you do. After all, you're Daniel Boone's boy. Shawnees is the greatest trackers in the world. You know that. They taught your pa all he knows. All their tricks. And you know, too, Israel, Shawnees is wild. Even wilder than Big Zack. Looks like you're kind of caught betwixt the devil and the deep blue sea, boy. You ain't got much choice. It's either them Shawnees or Big Zack. Boy, you stay with Zack. You stay with the old Grizzly. And keep on. We gotta keep on. We gotta run. We gotta run like the grizzly bear and his cub.
I ain't your cub.
Maybe not. But Zack, he takes care of anything. Till they grow to size. Man or beast. I know you're tired, boy. So climb up my back. Zack will carry you.
Did you kill him, Zack? Mr. Stubbs,